These are cute.
I feel like they're nicer.
They're very
They suit me more.
You want to do these? We can do these.
Let's do them.
Hi girls, welcome to my channel. It's Sydney here. In today's video, we're going to be doing a little Instagram recreation set. So let's get right into it. The nail glue that I use is the KDS nail glue. You can buy it off Amazon. It is so good, I highly recommend it. When choosing nail tips, remember that if the nail tip doesn't fit from sidewall to sidewall, then it is too small for the nail. Okay, now we're just trimming down our nail tips. I honestly recommend, if you don't use magnets, start using them. They help so much. And going into dehydrate and primer, I personally like to do 2 coats of dehydrator and 1 coat of primer. You don't have to do 2 coats, but I personally like to. Okay, now we're getting into the design. Here I'm painting on my light pink gel polish. This is how I'm going to achieve my ombre effect that we're going for. We're also doing an ombre effect on the thumb and on the pointer finger, but we're doing those in white. So instead of using regular gel polish, I'm applying white acrylic. In this video, I'm not going to go extremely in detail about the application and filing and stuff. So if you'd like a more in-depth video about that, please do let me know in the comments. Okay, here we're getting into the ombre. I'm picking up a small bead of my Bexy Glow cover acrylic in the shade Bubble Pink. I honestly love this brand so much, Bexy Glow. Their acrylics are so easy to work with, they're so nice, they're so buttery. I highly recommend them. Here we're placing our cuticle beads. You want to make sure to be so careful. You do not want to flood those cuticles. So moving on to the next nail, we're going to take a medium sized bead and apply it just under where the nail tip begins. I did realise here that I took a slightly smaller bead than I should have, but we move, we don't talk about it. Now we're going in for our next bead. As you can see here, I took a much more reasonable sized bead. Also, another little tip is when you first place your acrylic, you do not want to swipe the acrylic straight away. You want to use light tapping motions, and then once the acrylic starts to set, that's when you swipe the acrylic down the nail. Here we're going in with another cuticle bead. Another little tip for your cuticle beads. If you point the natural nail down whilst applying it, it helps to reduce flooding because the acrylic will naturally run away from the cuticle. I know when some nail techs are doing their acrylic application, they like to stick to either the 2 bead method or the 3 bead method. But me personally, I don't like to stick to any of these methods. I like to just take each nail as it comes. If I have to use 2 beads on one nail and 7 beads on the next, as long as the nail looks how I want it to look by the end, then I'll use as many beads as I need to get there. So if you're a beginner out there and you're struggling to stick to these 2 beads or 3 bead methods, honestly, don't even bother with it. Just as long as you're getting your nails to your desired look, don't worry about anybody else and what they tell you. So now we're starting on the ombre on the pointer finger. Here I'm taking a decent medium-sized bead and I'm applying it right above where that white acrylic starts. And I'm doing my gentle tapping motions, and then as the acrylic starts to set, I'm blending it into that white acrylic. And I basically just repeat this process for all of the beads on the ombre effect nails. So now that we're done with our main application, I'm just going over those ombre effect nails again with some clear acrylic. I'm using the Mia Secret clear acrylic here, but you can use whichever one you want. So now we're getting into the shaping. Here I'm sealing the cuticles with my coarse drill bit. I did buy this drill bit off TikTok if anybody's wondering. If I can, I'll link it in the description below. If not, I do apologise. But yeah, here I am, I'm sealing my cuticles, and then I like to run my coarse drill bit down the nail just to get any of those rough bumps that might be there from the acrylic. Obviously there's none of them here in this video because my application is looking buttery, but I still like to do it just in case, because I find that when it comes time to using the hand file and making sure everything's perfect, it just speeds up the process, you know. I'm just going to repeat that process one more time on the thumb. It honestly gives me a heart attack every time that happens. Girls, be careful with your nail drills. So now we're moving on to our nail file, and here I'm just making those corners nice and sharp, making that shape look perfect. Here I'm just shaping up the sides of my nails, making them look nice and sharp, nice and crisp, you know. And then I just quickly take the hand file over the top of my nail to make sure that there's no bumps, because we don't want any secret little bumps poking up and ruining our designs. So this just ensures that that won't happen. I do also like to use a bit of cuticle oil when I buff out my nail. I just find that it gets rid of all those little scratches and everything. It just leaves the nails looking flawless. So the design we're doing today, I do think it's very beginner friendly, very easy. As long as you can do an ombre and you can draw straight lines, you can do this design. So as you can see, I'm taking my gel polish and I'm just drawing a straight line diagonal on the nail. If you get what I mean, I think I'm making sense. This gel polish definitely does need a second coat, so I'm going to quickly add that. Depending on what gel polish you use, depends on whether you're going to need a second coat or not, but personally I did. So moving on to the marble now. I know some nail techs like to use that blooming base gel. I think that's what it's called. But I didn't have that at the time of filming this, so I had to make do with regular base coat. So as you can see, I applied a coat of base coat. I did not cure it, and then I just started mixing my pink and my white into the base gel using my liner brush. I had to swirl it around a lot to try and get the perfect blend since I wasn't using the blooming base coat, I think it's called. But yeah, I think I did a pretty good job of it. Do let me know in the comments what you think of my design and the outcome of these nails. But yeah, I'm proud of it. I think they look good. I'm absolutely in love with the gold flakes in this set. Honestly, when she showed me the inspiration photo, all I saw was the gold flakes, and I was like, oh my god, yes, we've got to do this. I absolutely love gold flakes. I feel like they're so underrated, and I don't get to use them nowhere near as often as I want to. So I'm very happy when I do get to, you know. Now I'm just top coating everything, making sure that design is sealed in place so that it can't get damaged. If you've enjoyed the video up until this point, then I hope you stay tuned for future videos. I'm going to aim to post twice a week. If there's any video ideas you'd like to see, please feel free to drop your ideas in the comments below. Now that that's all done, I'm just going to give the free edge a little file. Girls, if your nail tech isn't filing your nails after top coat, you need a new one. And these are the final results. Thank you so much if you made it to the end. Please like and subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you in the next one.